Candela, hypnotherapist, transformation coach, and a spiritual teacher. You're about to listen to a recording of one of my regression sessions. If you enjoyed the content on my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you click on the bell, it will inform you of any of my future postings. Also, leave a comment and click like, because that helps to bring this kind of content to more viewers. I hope you enjoy the recording, and I hope to see you again in my future videos.
And I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see as you reach the surface.
It's hot and dry and dusty. My skin's dark. I think I'm a boy.
What do you wear on your feet?
Sandals. I think they're leather.
And what are you wearing on your body?
Shorts and a shirt. It looks like I'm poor.
As you bring your attention to what's around you, what do you sense?
That there's a lot of people. People are struggling.
What are the people doing?
I don't think much. I think that people are hungry.
Are you there by yourself?
I don't see a family, but I sense I'm a part of a family, though.
About how old are you?
7, 8 comes to my mind.
So now become aware of what you're doing there this time.
I just feel like I'm watching. I'm just not doing much. I'm not really playing.
As details come to your attention, tell me what you're noticing.
I just get the sense that India comes to me.
So what are you noticing as you're watching the people?
Just really, really dry and really hot, and people don't have jobs. They're just poor.
What are they doing in this moment?
They're cooking something. Must be dinner time.
What kinds of things are they cooking?
Looks like a pot with white gruel. I want to say gruel, but I don't think that's right. Whatever they eat with their hands.
Become aware of whether you live close by.
Yeah, I think so.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to see yourself standing in front of a place where you live. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you notice.
It feels like everybody's just all right next to each other, and it's like very temporary housing. I don't sense a dad. I sense a mom. It feels like a brother. It's a mom and a brother.
Now just get a sense of the actual place and describe to me what you get.
Literally people on top of people, and everything just really, really dry.
Go inside.
There's just a room. The term scarcity just keeps scarcity. I don't go to school.
What do you do during the day?
I don't think much. Kids don't play. Maybe they play. I sense this feeling of hopelessness even at that age.
I'd like you to become aware of your mother and describe her and tell me what she does to support you.
Feels like she sells something. There's a baby that I help take care of, maybe. And a brother. Gets older.
So you have an older brother and a baby?
Mm-hmm. And a dad.
Where is your dad?
The first thing I got is abandoned, so...
What is your relationship like with your mom?
I watch her, and I want to help her.
What do you mean by you watch her?
I can tell she's sad, but she keeps getting up and doing what she needs to do to take care of the family. I don't know what she sells.
Do you have a good relationship with her?
Yeah.
How about your older brother?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're all just kind of like wondering why our dad left us. But also a sense that alcohol came right to my mind. Maybe he's around, but he just doesn't do what he's supposed to do. He might have another family.
How do you feel about him?
Indifferent.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to move forward in time to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what happens.
It feels like I'm getting married.
How old are you?
17 is what came to me, but it seems really young. And something about bricks, that I do bricks or something.
How do you feel about this marriage?
It's just what you do, I think.
Did you select the bride?
No, it's a family decision.
How do you feel about the bride?
I just think that I'm going to be a better husband than my dad was. She seems kind of insignificant, I don't know. It didn't really matter who she was. That was who I was going to be.
So you don't have any emotional tie with her?
Mm-mm.
Okay. How does the wedding proceed?
There's somewhat celebration, but it doesn't seem like there should be a cake, but something like that.
And how is your family doing at this time?
I think they're just carrying on. It feels like the older brother is still there for some reason with the mom, and the baby's a girl. Yeah, and I think my thought is I want to help them too. I don't know why the brother's still there though.
How about your father?
He's not there. I don't think I've seen him in a long time.
Are you still living in the same place?
They are. The thought is that wherever I'm living is better, but I'm going to help them get out of that. The brother's something wrong with him, I think. Something about walking. I think he's disabled. I think that had something to do with the dad leaving too. He felt it was a reflection on him.
That's why Dad left?
That was at least the way he justified it. I felt like he was born that way. It's my responsibility to take care of them.
Okay. Move a little bit in time and tell me where you're settling.
It's one room. It doesn't seem like there's any curtains, but it's at least bigger. And I think the family comes and lives there. And the wife, I like her. She's fine. It's just, yeah.
So how are things between the two of you?
I think it's fine. It's not anything like a great love. I do what I do. She does what she does. But my family comes and lives with me. Us. I know I think I should say us, but I say me.
How are you doing financially?
Better than my mom was, and enough to take care of. I have to work, though.
So what work do you do?
Still bricks. I make them.
Does anybody else in your family work outside of home?
No.
So on the count of 3, you're going to move forward in time to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's happened.
The next thing was like the death of my mom. And even though I'd had kids, 2 kids it seems like, that was the next thing that really stood out to me.
And how old are you when your mom passes?
30s, something like that. Maybe younger. I still see the brother, but I don't see the sister, so she must have gotten married.
Okay. Tell me about your kids.
There's a boy. I must be younger because this kid is young, 5, 6. That's what comes to me. Seems like there's one more. It seems like there's a baby. Yeah, I must have been younger than that. Although I see gray, so maybe I didn't expect to have kids, and my wife looks like she has gray hair too. Like the children came later.
Are they your biological children?
I think so. At least they're in my family. I'm thinking they're biological.
Why did your mom pass?
I don't think they knew why, but she just wasn't well.
Is there any medical care available?
Feels like pretty minimal.
Tell me about your wife. How is she doing?
Just does what she needs to do. We have, I think, a nice life, not anything exceptional. She does what she needs to do, take care of kids. It's just a day in, day out thing. Satisfaction, though.
Has your relationship changed in any way?
I think that we've just gotten comfortable with each other. It doesn't feel like any kind of great love.
Is there any emotional connection?
Just like mutual respect.
Okay. And you're both comfortable with that?
Mm. I think she would probably like more, but as a female, she just accepts whatever. She's being taken care of and has her needs met.
What about you? Would you like more?
I don't think so.
Move now, either to the next significant event or to the last day in that life. As you find yourself there, tell me what's happening.
I know that I'm going to die. I don't know why, but my thought is my brother is still alive, and I'm concerned about that.
How old are you?
56. I was a good dad.
Where are your kids now?
They're there, but I don't have a sense that they're married.
Why is that?
I think because we had them when I was older.
Become aware of why you had kids when you were older.
We didn't think she could have kids. It was a surprise, but I think a blessing.
How do you know that you're going to die soon? Are you not feeling well?
Yeah, and I'm laying there, and I don't ever lay down. Laying on this, looks like a mat. Feels like I'm hot. A fever.
Were you still working at this time?
I worked until I couldn't work anymore.
And is your wife still around?
Mm-hmm.
You said you're worried about your brother.
Like, who's going to take care of him?
Is he able to do any work at all?
No. It feels like there's something with his walking, and he doesn't have the ability to really focus. Feels like he drools. I don't think we know what's wrong with him.
Are you worried at all about your wife?
Just that she's going to have to work now, and the kids are young, so that's my concern.
Do you talk at all to your wife before you pass?
I think I say, "You've been a good wife."
Does she say anything to you?
No, I just see tears.
Just allow your spirit to gently lift out of the body. And as you begin to expand your awareness, tell me the first thoughts or feelings that come to you about the life you just left.
That I wasn't my dad, but I still left them in a place that they weren't secure in their future.
Become aware of the purpose that you set for yourself for that lifetime. What was it that your soul wanted to experience or learn in that life?
Seems like fathers had let me down, and I wanted to kind of understand how that could happen. How dads could make a decision, but then make a different decision.
How did you do with that purpose, with that exploration?
I think better, but we didn't ever rise above poverty. And I left them to fend for themselves. I didn't mean to do that, but...
Was that within your power to shift them out of poverty?
No, I worked hard. I took care of what they needed, but I didn't ever get ahead.
So if your focus or purpose was to understand how fathers can make decisions, did you gain any insight into that?
I learned that you stay even when it's hard.
Become aware of how your children, your brother, and your wife do after your passing over time.
It feels like others in the community help with the brother. The wife, I think that the kids take care of her. I think they do okay. Just feels like you can't trust others. You got to make it on your own. You just got to work hard. And yet, seeing that they were taken care of, and maybe that if I had looked around, I would have seen that there's others there willing to help. But my focus was, I'm going to do it different.
So what you took out of that life is that you're the only one who can be responsible, that you can only trust yourself?
Yeah, that's what I felt like, but it wasn't the whole truth. It was what I saw.
So what would have been a better understanding of that experience?
To reach out to others. Be vulnerable if you need to be. Sometimes life hurts, and that's okay. It's worth it.
So when you review your relationships in that life, didn't seem like you really connected with your life partner. Do you feel that you connected more with your children, or was it also just, I need to provide and that's what I need to do?
I think I tried to connect, but there was a wall still. Just not ever letting my guard down.
Looking from a soul perspective, what was the guard about? Where did the need for that guard around you come from?
I think it's just that people have the ability to let you down and hurt you. It was like I expected that to happen.
So just allow all of those images now to float away. You're going to experience a period of healing as you release all of those beliefs absorbed in that lifetime, that you're on your own, that you have to carry the full weight of responsibility, that life is only about getting things done, that it's dangerous to connect with people because ultimately they will let you down and perhaps walk away from you. Imagine all of those beliefs draining out energetically. As you release those beliefs, you may experience feeling lighter, more expansive. And once again, back to travel and back to related in a certain direction as you travel, being on your own, without having to worry about where you're going to. And as you experience the sensation, this chasm begin to stop back, descending down to the surface. Once again, tell me the first impression that you get as you reach the surface.
Well, this is weird, but I see like an extraterrestrial or something. I see this like blue form, lighter blue, but just by myself as if I'd been left. Like they had to take off and realize they left me, but they didn't come back.
Who's they?
It feels so weird to say this, but like a ship, like a spaceship or something. I just see myself looking up and saying, wait.
So I'd like you to become aware of your physical body, if you have one.
There's a shape, but it's not. I think I have eyes. I have arms and legs, something on the top of my head. It's part of my body, like a lily. But it's not a lily, it's just what it looks like.
What color is your skin?
It feels like it's light blue, and there's like some green somewhere. Just some weird green.
Are you wearing anything on your body? So as you become aware of your arms and legs, tell me how they look.
Kind of like they're limbs, but I don't see hands or feet like a human. It's just different. I think I die there. I think I die.
We're going to rewind to the time when you arrived there. And just become aware of how you get to that place.
It was like an exploration. Everybody's just scurrying around.
Who are you traveling with?
I don't get the sense it's like parents, just a community. But I have my kids, so that doesn't make sense. I'm young, like maybe a teenager equivalent, but vulnerable.
Now, what is the difference between the young and the adult?
I think size, but also responsibilities and awareness. It's more awareness. You can sense more as you get older.
So become aware of the purpose of this journey that you're on, of this trip.
It just feels like exploration, like a group exploration, just like what? Hospitable is the word.
Where do you travel?
I don't get that it's Earth, it's in space, just another location. Is it a place to conquer or a place to expand? Are there others there? For some reason, they left, like all of a sudden, because they determined it was unsafe. I'm like on my side. For some reason, I can't get to whatever the thing we're traveling in. And they see that, but they make the decision. I see them see that, and they see them go.
What is it that they find unsafe that prompts them to leave?
I think others. There's some others, and they seem like warriors. They've sacrificed. The attention turned to me, and they could get away. That's what it was.
And so tell me what you experience after they leave in terms of that potential danger.
Fear, because I see them coming, and I think I die right there. I think they attack me and I die. I don't think there's anything beyond that. I don't see life beyond that.
What do they look like?
I see spears, but also, I guess a helmet, but it doesn't make sense. But definitely surround me and attack me. I don't know that I feel any pain, necessarily. It's more internal.
And so internally, it's just fear.
Abandonment.
Do you understand at that point why they left you?
Yes, I do, but it just isn't what I would have done. But maybe I would have one for the all, You gotta do what you gotta do.
Become aware of why it was important to explore these new locations.
Greed it feels unnecessary. It's like I was abandoned for nothing. They had enough. Why did we have to?
So what connects you to that group of beings?
Well, I say family, but I think it's community. It's not differentiated by nuclear family.
I'd like you to rewind a little more and see yourself back on your home planet in front of a place where you lived there. And tell me what you experienced.
Looks like everybody lives together. Like open space, wide open space. And even though others may not have this sense of camaraderie, this group I'm with does. We're all together. It feels like there's compounds, like different compounds of communities.
How do you spend your days?
Seems like learning. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of work. Learning, and that term plotting comes up.
What do you plot?
I think it's that whole taking over other kingdoms is the word that comes to me, but this group that I'm in is different. It's like we know that the prevailing thought, this is what we're doing. But we're different for some reason. And I think that's why the feeling of being left was so hard, is that I would have expected it from others. Other compounds, other groups, other communities, but not this one.
So in what way is your group different?
They care about each other.
And in other groups they don't?
No, I mean, maybe on the surface, but there's a lot of one-upmanship.
So what holds the groups together?
Commonality of conquering. And it feels like our group wouldn't dare get out the fact that you care about each other. So that's the other reason they left me. If they went back for me, that would have been really bad for them. They would have been expected to leave me.
And what is the reason for this conquering?
More, more, more. It's never enough.
Now, how does your group get formed? How do you find each other if you're keeping this down under that you care?
I don't think it started that way. I think it just formed, like kindnesses that were done. Then it kind of like spread.
So did you join this group?
That was part of it. It's like you don't have a choice what group you're in. But we were different.
Okay. Now let's go back to that moment when you were attacked and allow your spirit to lift out of your body. And as your awareness expands, become aware of the purpose of that particular incarnation and the significance of that death in your soul journey.
Yeah, all this is about abandonment. I can see that. Yeah, abandonment's just over and over and over again. I just think if I would have stopped and realized that they had no choice, that it wasn't all for naught, but it kind of was. Here I am.
Now, as you're looking at that particular life, I wonder if you can allow for the possibility that sometimes, even with the best intentions, someone may find themselves out of options.
Yeah, they were out of options.
Right. And that the actions of that one group do not represent the actions of all beings in the universe. They do not represent the actions of all human beings. That this belief that those that you trust will abandon you.
Yeah. So I abandon them first, usually.
That it's not helping you. That it's not reflective of reality. That for lifetimes you have not been allowing yourself to create strong emotional bonds because there's always been this expectation of being destroyed by those that you trusted. And so you have kind of painted everybody else with the same brush, even though that particular experience was unique. It didn't even happen on Earth. And it doesn't really have to happen again.
Yeah. I just keep feeling ridiculous.
So now, if you choose to stop this thing that you keep dragging around with you through your journeys, just imagine releasing it. Like you've been holding something and then just opening your palm and just seeing it float away.
Yeah.
Is it done?
Yeah.
Good. How does it feel now?
A little vulnerable, you know. I think the other part is that people may hurt me, but it's like worth it.
That's right. And now I would like to ask the higher consciousness of Sharon to step forward. May I speak to you and ask you some questions? Thank you. I know that you could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Sharon to see today. You chose to bring forward the life of the blue being that was abandoned and then killed. And then the life of a boy whose father abandoned his family and he had to grow up and take care of everyone around him. So can you tell us why you brought forward those lives? I want you to bring it all together.
That's what's holding me back. It's over and over and over. I reject before I can be rejected. And I look for it.
Would you say that she is ready to shift out of that pattern?
It's up to her.
It seems like it's been a long journey.
Very familiar.
Many lifetimes.
From the beginning. At least, not from the beginning. The beginning of existence was purity, and this happened after that. I think I want to give her a sign, like when she starts wanting to grab it back, like a red balloon. Just red balloon. Let it go.
So the red balloon will be representing letting go? Is it the image of a red balloon floating away?
Releasing. For root chakra, that's your root. Yes, that's it.
Okay. As she experiences that image of releasing the red balloon, I wanted to give her a sensation of peace, of safety, that she has not allowed herself to experience in a very long time. Because when there is a constant expectation of betrayal, then, like she said, she rejects emotional connections before they are rejected for her. And so I wonder if you can just step in and give her an experience of relaxing into trust, of letting go, of feeling wholeness, where she is so fully accepted, so deeply loved, that the memory of being left behind, with all of its consequences that rippled through lifetimes, begins to disappear and fade away, because it is overpowered by a sense of reconnecting, feeling fully and deeply loved and never left behind.
So this is the picture then. The blue heart right here and just expanding.
I want her to experience it though in her body. Whatever the sensation that expanding blue heart can give her, ground it into her body.
I'm going to center a blue heart when she starts feeling that way, and that will precede the feeling.
Can she sense it in her body?
Yes.
What does she feel?
Tingly, starting in the middle and just all the way to her tips of her toes. Lightness.
Good. Give her a physical sensation every time the blue heart is sent to her, so she can begin to remember what it feels like to feel connected, to feel loved, to feel accepted and embraced. In her current life, she has always struggled with relationships, has always protected herself and kept everybody at arm's length because she had that fear of rejection. As she releases that, would that help her to shift the way that she relates to people in this life?
Yes.
Is there anything else that she needs to do to change her relationship dynamics?
Centering is what keeps coming up. Centering, pausing, taking a step back. Respond, not react.
So pause, reconnect with the blue heart.
Yes.
Feel the sensations in her body. And then respond differently.
See beyond space and time.
I want to talk about the relationship she has with her husband. From a soul perspective, can you tell us why they chose to come together in this life?
Because he was safe. They both had things to teach each other about vulnerability.
Is there any similarity or connection between the relationship she has now and the relationship she experienced in that life in India with his wife?
Yeah. All relationships, actually. But this one is one that she can't deny. She can't just walk away. She's got to face it.
But when you say all of the relationships, so she tends to have the relationships that are safe but
Yes.
yet not close.
Yes. But this one is not possible. She's going to have to face this one.
So help her understand the best way to face it or the change that needs to be made.
Be willing to be vulnerable as well. And he's not perfect. Be authentic.
Now help her understand the lessons that they came here to teach each other, or the things that they just came here to do for each other, because it doesn't always have to be a lesson.
To break the cycle for both of their families. And their children have done that, all three.
So for her to break the cycle of fear of abandonment and fear of vulnerability, what about him?
Same thing.
So they're both learning the same pattern?
And by watching their children, that together somehow they did it.
Okay. So now help me understand any other purpose that you came here to focus on.
So, love for sure. I mean, love until you can't love anymore, and keep loving, and it's worth it in the end.
Mm-hmm. So how is she doing? How is her progress?
Sometimes better than others, but this last year was necessary to bring her right here, right now. And I've been sending her message after message and synchronicities after synchronicities, and that she's not alone.
So help her know who's working with her on the other side.
My dad, for sure. I think he had something to do with Joe being healed. My son. And he's sorry. He is sorry.
Is he here with us now?
Hovering. He's hovering.
Okay.
Yes.
Just allow yourself to greet him or connect with him in whatever manner feels comfortable or appropriate. And tell me how he appears to you.
I think he sees me for the first time. I mean, he's been seeing me, but sees me and loves me and is with me. And
does he have anything to say?
just that he's with me.
So let's ask him about the healing of your son, and he can perhaps tell you if he contributed to that or have any insight.
Yes. It feels like he worked with others, but yes, just to break this cycle and evolve. He's saying just as much he will do. I think he's telling me he's so proud of my children. He's just really proud of them. He's watching over them and my grandkids.
What was the intent of the two of you coming together from a soul perspective?
To get me where I am today. And he's still working. He's still learning.
Mm-hmm. And is that the lesson of abandonment?
Mm-hmm. For me.
And what is it for him?
That he's enough. That he's worthy. He didn't learn that here.
Interacting with him now, do you feel that you're ready to let go of any pain or resentment?
I thought I had. It's just interesting. But yeah, I still would really like a dad, though. You know.
But simply understanding that there was a purpose to this.
Mm-hmm.
And that when you take your human costumes off, there is a different connection between you. And that's the real one.
Yes, I can see that.
Has he abandoned you in spirit?
No.
Is he always there for you?
Yeah, he was there as soon as he died. And he knew at that point.
So knowing that you're never abandoned and that you're always loved and supported. If it's time, just allow those beliefs and feelings to be released. Just really letting them go. And how does it feel as you release them?
It's going to be a process. I think that seeing this perspective helps a lot. It's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I want you to thank the spirit of your father for coming and interacting with you, and you can just say goodbye to him in a manner that feels the most comfortable to you now. And as you do, just allow him to step back and fade away. And I want to ask now the higher consciousness to step forward again. One of the things that Sharon is concerned about is her professional path or her work moving forward. She wants to know if she should stay, first of all, in the job that she holds now.
So that which is known is the easiest, but that which is unknown is the one that's going to lead her where she needs to go and give her the greatest satisfaction. She knows. She just knows. And when the time's right for something else, she'll know that too.
Great. Now, as she approaches that unknown in her life, are there some abilities that she needs to develop more, or perhaps some different path that she should follow that would lead her through those unknowns and towards that greater satisfaction?
It's pictures that she abandoned for a while, and they're there. They're always being sent.
What do you mean by pictures?
Pictures in her mind. Just be vulnerable and watch and listen and see and feel, even when it doesn't make sense.
So, are you talking about just intuitive knowledge that comes to her?
Through pictures, yeah.
Okay.
Synchronicities for sure, but definitely pictures.
So that will be the guidance that leads her to the next steps.
Or just give her comfort in this life and to know that she's not alone, and sometimes just greater understanding of a situation, that which is to come or that which passed. But she knows this too.
It sounds like a lot of the things that we're addressing she already has intuitive knowledge of, but she clearly didn't trust it.
Yeah. And tarot is okay. It's good.
It helps her to get in touch with her knowledge. Okay, good. Thank you. So what I'd like you to do now is a body scan and tell me if there's anything out of balance or needs attention.
Her spine.
What's happening with her spine?
She had a bike wreck when she was 11, and it's caused a lot of damage.
Can you fix it now?
Over time, as she focuses on it and draws her attention to it, it can be corrected.
Okay. And I'd like you to do that now, to look into it and see what work needs to be done, and at least start it now. So tell me if you're willing to do that, and tell me what you do.
Yes. They just see thumbs, divide vertebrae,
And what are those thumbs doing?
realigning.
How's it going?
Good.
Is the realignment completed?
It started.
So go ahead with the body scan and tell me if anything else comes up.
It's all in relation to that. Like pinched nerves, it's all in relation to the spine curvature and misalignment.
So as the spine realigns, it will have a positive ripple effect throughout the body.
Yes.
So is there anything else outside of that issue?
Not of significance.
Okay. How is the realignment going?
It's still in process.
Okay. Is that something that you will complete now, or is it going to continue after the session?
It'll continue after the session.
Okay. So now, before we let you go, I'd like to give you an opportunity to send a message directly to Sharon. You can speak directly to her.
You're enough. This is just the beginning. Be vulnerable. And I speak to her all the time.
Thank you for coming forward to speak with us today. I'm going to ask you now to recede to where you belong. With much love and thanks for the help and information that you have given Sharon today.